2, 1.
Don't start.
3, 2, 1.
The-
3, 2.
I can tell what kind of episode this is gonna be already. Y'all get ready for a banger. This girl done started. She done started with the
Hello.
shits already.
No, that was you. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Daddy Daughter Dishes. I am your host Kiara, and with me I have my lovely co-host.
Daddy, BJ.
That is BJ. He is my dad. I am his daughter, and this is episode 13 of Daddy
13.
Daughter Dishes.
Yay, yay, yay.
Some people say 13 not a lucky number, but I feel like it's a pretty alright number.
I don't believe in that mess. It's all in
I,
you receive from the universe what you put out to it.
I'm just saying what the people say.
That's what some people say. They do. Some a
Yes,
lot
they
of
do.
a lot of buildings they don't have a 13th floor. At
Yeah.
least the,
Well,
at
they
least
do.
the
They just don't
elevators
label
don't
it.
go to a 13th floor. 13th floor. Yeah.
It's all in your head. It's all in your head.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
hello. Welcome to episode 13. Dad, how was your week? How have you been?
Shoo. Let's see. What happened last week?
Shoo.
I spent some time with Mariana. We Oh yeah, man, I'll tell you, okay. Picked Mari up on Friday and we made our way down to the house in Oven. And what happened? Gator Jones came up to visit. Uh, Rodney just happened to be in town, and we what we do Friday? Friday we ended up going down to uh the little hangout spot in Pulaski, and
Mm,
because Mari, bless her heart, she didn't want to go eat anywhere in Murfreesboro, nowhere in Carbondale. She said, "I want to go eat in Pulaski." So we went down to Pulaski, and we get there, and they had a nice little crowd in there. Uncle Bob was down there. A couple other people I
yapping.
hadn't seen in a while. My nephew Asa was down there, and we had a good time down there. I threw some darts. Mari threw darts for the first time. She did. She beat me too. Lucky self.
Uh-oh.
Um, we ended up going back to the house, putting it down. Got up Saturday. I had to put some new struts on my truck. I've been needing
Some
them for a while.
struts.
Some struts. It's part of the suspension system on the front axle, on the steer axle. Struts. Yeah, no,
Stretch your
not.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oots,
If your
oots,
struts are
oots,
not
oots.
working properly on your vehicle, your vehicle will feel like it's
You
strutting
won't.
and
You
not
won't
in
be strutting.
not in a good way. Yeah, so me and Gator Jones got up early um, Saturday morning, and we changed out the struts. I've always heard that struts was a pain in the ass to change. Not for me and Gator Jones. Man, I watched a YouTube video on how to change them things. And we ain't take us no time to change them out.
All right now.
The hardest part for us was it got a little cord, electrical connection, was getting that damn thing unplugged. I tell you, it was a pain in the ass, but everything else went smoothly. I was gonna change the shocks on the back too, but I ended up buying the wrong shocks for the back. So I gotta send those
Mm.
back and get them. But anyway, after we got done with that, we met up with Rodney. We ate lunch at Honey's, And then everybody was kind of tired because we got up early. So we said we was gonna go to the house, take a little nap. It was still early afternoon. But man, I'm gonna tell you, we ended up having an impromptu wang dang doodle at the house. When I tell you,
What?
I mean, all my siblings except the ones who live out of town, Shalise and Fee, Uncle Robert Earl came by, TT Squeaky, Uncle Dave came up, Uncle Bob was there, Miz Danielle came over, the kids came over, Pooh came over with her crew, uh, TT Vet, Pawpaw came over with her two boys. I'm telling you, we just sat out in the yard and we had a whole good time. Like a couple of cousins came through. Shout out to Tutu and Michi, they came through. And we just sat in the yard. We had some of that
Mm-hmm.
sippy sip from Mississippi. Man, I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a good time.
Go ahead and trademark that.
Only thing we didn't do was fire up the grill. It was crazy. Like we was having a good time though. And
What y'all
then
end up eating?
shit, after we got done with the impromptu thing, me and Mario, we ended up going to Cape and went bowling.
Mm.
Me, her, Uncle Dave, Skip, and DJ.
Oh, y'all
DJ
had
was
a
there too.
whole
Yeah, it was a whole
shebang.
thing. Uh, as far as bowling, I whooped everybody ass both games. I had a
I mean,
164 and a
that's expected.
166. Uncle
That's it?
Bob didn't go. You know, he the one
I was gonna say, wait a
I can't
minute.
beat him consistently. Every now and then I get him, but I think he started punk out. He don't go when we go. He ain't been going, so
Mm.
I think he been trying to punk out
He
him.
don't want that challenge.
He don't want that
He
smoke.
don't want them problems.
But yeah, we had a good time. Kind of rested up Sunday. Took more. Oh, I guess what? Update on the mailbox. So Sunday, I got up and fixed my mailbox. I ended up,
What? You
yeah,
brought it back to
man.
life? You revived
I
it?
no, I put that one to bed, that old one to bed, and I
Oh,
got
you laid
a
it to
new one,
rest.
a new
RIP to the
post
mailbox.
and everything. I spent Sunday afternoon getting that together after I took Mari back. And then after that, I just chilled out, man. Got up, came to work. Monday, I was tired as hell. And when I got off yesterday, I came to this apartment. And when I tell you I was asleep at 5:30 in the evening, I
Mm.
was asleep at 5:30 in the evening. But enough
Yeah, I
about
be
me.
forgetting Mondays is your longer days sometimes, but I will note that.
Monday is the longest day for me, but I get through it. I get my rest.
Yeah.
How's your
Yeah.
week been?
It was great. I'll explain in a second, but when you was just talking about the mailbox, that reminded me of something. So we just moved to a new town or whatever. And when you're dealing with the mail people, like there's like a that comes when you think about you ranted about it on here before. So
Yes.
I had ordered mommy her Mother's Day card, and I wanted it to get shipped here first so I could write in it and then send it off.
Hmm.
Well, somehow my house number didn't populate on the order.
Mm.
So and it still went through. So it was no number and then my street name. And so it said it had got delivered. And we got these like mailboxes at the pool. That's where you check your mailbox.
Hmm.
Um and so I'm looking and I'm like, this is like a week before Mother's Day. I'm like, all right, I don't see the card. I'm gonna give it another day. Maybe they just, messed up the tracking. Ain't getting no card. And I said, I gotta deal with these mail people. So I put in a ticket, like a ticket, like a where's my mail ticket, can't find my mail. And would you know, the same day I got a call and this lady was, hi, Miss Lyles, this is so and so with Fuquay's post office. I got your ticket and I just And I just want you to know. And now, first of all, I don't answer the phone for unknown numbers,
Right.
but for some reason, I was feeling like answering the
Your
phone that
spirit told
morning.
you to answer that
My
one.
spirit said, "Pick this one up." It was like 8:15 ish. I was like, CJ, he on his way to work. But she said, "This is Mrs. So and so, and I got your ticket. And my mail carrier, he's not here yet, but I did put a note in the system to make sure to verify that your package gets to your home." And she verified the number. And she was like, "Okay, so I'm gonna update that, and you should get an update. Today you should get some in your mailbox." So
Oh,
day goes by. I get it in my mailbox. And so the next morning, she calls again. And "Hi, Miss Lyles. I was just calling to verify that you got your package successfully. I had my courier. He said he put it in. So I was just checking." And I was like, "I sure did." And I was like, "I really appreciate y'all," because that was
absolutely.
my Mother's Day card. That meant a lot. And she was like, "Well, we do have a survey that'll come out if you did really enjoy the service. Do you mind sharing that on the survey?" I said, "Absolutely. That is not an issue." Man, I wrote that lady the sweetest recommendation appreciation post
Oh,
that
that's
the
good.
post office has probably ever seen. So, that was a good
I'm sh-
moment.
I'm sure she was very appreciative, and sounds like
she
she took a lot of pride in her job.
You could tell the way she said, "Well, my courier, he isn't here yet, but as soon as he gets here, I'm going to make sure that he knows to check his post, to check your mailbox and see if your package in there, because I know that's important." I said, you know what? I was like, "I really appreciate you. I don't like your energy. I love it. Can we go get lunch or something? We should be friends because we got the
And
same
she,
energy." And then
hey,
she followed up. She
yeah,
followed
like
up.
you don't hardly get that service too often no more like you used to. Not from some of those
No.
traditional facilities like that. They don't be giving a flying flip, about
I'll
what
be
go on
honest,
with you there.
I was not expecting anybody to follow up. I was just gonna order the card again and get it shipped directly to mommy. I was like, "I'm gonna give it the day." And then sure enough, here she Miss Mrs. Lyles. Um,
I
but
bet you
yeah, that
sound
was my
just like
good.
her too.
Oh, please know that I do. I sound identical to how she sound on the phone. Um, but yeah, so my weekend was pretty good. Lensational made an appearance at two events
Uh-oh.
this past weekend
Two
slash
events?
week. Two dos, uno dos.
Hey.
So Thursday, was it Thursday? I believe it was Thursday. Yes, it was Thursday. Thursday evening, my friend Mia, the one that she used to live in DC, the one Cricket's husband, he
Yeah,
sold her house.
right.
So she lives in Charlotte now, and her brand, shout out to Colors of Her Success, she hosted a networking event and confessional panel with a lot of Black women executives in the Charlotte area. And
Okay.
so, me is like a
Yeah.
really good friend. So anything she's having, if I can get there, I'm getting there.
You
So
got there.
Listen, Thursday, me and Brittany, my coworker, we left
Uh-huh.
at about 2 o'clock. I was like, I feel like we skipping school. We like bad kids. We hopped in Stormy and we was rolling. And right about 5 o'clock, we pulled up to the venue. And I brought Lindsay for that. So I set up the booth. It was in a really nice corner. And everybody enjoyed it. And it was really cool to be there. For one, to be there, for my friend, and then two, to bring my other friend and connect her with that friend. Like that was really
Oh,
cool to do.
yeah.
And then bringing the photo booth, I just love capturing memories like that. And I got a picture of me and her mom, and it was really cute, and that just warmed my heart. So then we drove back that same night, me and Brittany. And let me
Oh,
just say, when you are driving and riding with somebody, it's like when you having good conversation, that time
think time flies by.
fly.
It flies
That
by.
time fly. I hate the drive to Charlotte by myself. And the way me and Brittany was talking, it seemed like we had about three or four good conversations, and we was pulling up. We was hitting traffic, which meant we was in Charlotte. I was like, dang. So I was really grateful to have her on the way back. Once I started getting a little tired, we
Right.
would start having good conversation. And I was like, ooh, I'm up. And then next thing I know, I was dropping her back off at her car. Um, but yeah, so that was a great experience. And then Saturday, CJ's line brother, Demetrius, he graduated from Wake Forest with his master's in medicine. I
Okay.
think something like that. He want to be a pediatrician. So him and his sister graduated. She graduated from A&T with her bachelor's. Um,
Oh, that was a good weekend for
so
that
we
family.
brought I know, right? They had a nice little cookout. Like they had a nice little.
Yeah.
They first, their house is beautiful by a little lake, and they put up the pavilion, and all their family was there, and it was a good time. So we set up the booth. It was kind of a surprise from Demetrius to his sister.
Hmm.
So we set up the booth, and I had it customized with their graduation pictures, and she was like, "Oh
Oh,
my gosh!" She was excited.
that was
So that
dope.
was fun too. Yeah, and then just getting to see their family, embrace them, and have a good time. That was a good time. Uh
So,
oh,
hey, pause,
then
pause,
yeah,
hold that thought.
yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
as with Lensational, I have a question. I was asked
Yep.
about some of the services that it provides as far as photographs. Does you have the 360 camera option with
At the
that? If
moment, we do not. At the moment,
is
we
there
do not
something that
have the 360.
is there something that we can add to that at a later date?
It is a product and service that we do plan on adding to our catalog of services here in the near
Oh,
future.
great. I'd like to know more later on what we might need to in order to make that happen sooner than later.
We shall have the business meetup after the podcast meetup.
All
We'll
right.
go from podcast co-host to business to you investor, me business owner. I'll be under you in that one.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
Okay, now
what
continue.
else? Oh, then this was the highlight of my weekend. So
Uh-oh.
Brittany, coworker I just mentioned,
Mhm.
it's Sunday. She texted me. She was like, "Girl, I just left the Barnes and Noble off of this street. They having a sale because they are moving." And she sent me the book she got, and I was like, "Oh, say less." I was like, "CJ, I'm going to the bookstore. You don't have to go. I really don't want you to go, but if you want to go, you can." He was like, "Nah, I'll stay here." So I spent 3 hours in Barnes and Noble.
You bought a lot of
Um,
books. I
I
think I
bought a
saw
lot
them
of
on your
books, and
Instagram page.
I would like to share some of the books that I bought and why I bought them. I
Okay.
bought 16 books.
Mm.
And that was only like $213. And when you consider that some of them are hardbacks, that's not that bad.
Well,
That's
you
not
think
bad
about the
at all.
benefits that
And it's
you
an
probably gonna
investment
get.
in my
Yeah, in yourself.
exactly. So let me share some of the books that I got. These are all like kind of self-help ish productivity, self-betterment books or whatever.
Got you.
So playing off of the panel that I went to from Mia, got this book that was recommended by a panelist called First and Only, A Black Woman's Guide to Thriving at Work and in Life. So talks about being, the first and only. Sometimes that's how we find ourselves being as Black women. Um, Also got The Art of Making Shit Up, using the principles of improv to become an unstoppable powerhouse. I really
Mm.
wanted to get that one. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah," because improv, working with the speaking company that I work with on the side, Speak House, like they talk a lot about improv, and it just seems like a really beneficial skill to have in the workplace. Um, then I got this book called Thanks for the Feedback: The Science and Art of Receiving Feedback Well, even when it's off base, unfair, poorly delivered, and frankly, you're not in the mood to hear it.
Mm.
Now, I got
That's
this one, and CJ said I need to read this one first. And I said, "Hey, what do you mean by that, sir? Say it with your chest." No, but we both agreed that I probably need to, because I take feedback very personally. As much as I know people don't mean their
You be
feedback to be personal sometimes,
you're
I be
hard
in my
on yourself.
feelings.
Yeah, it's
I
like
am.
somebody else I know. They the same way.
Exactly.
Just hard on yourself. I'm that way too, but
Hey, if you not, who will be? You
I
gotta be your
mean,
biggest critic.
y'all tend to take it overboard sometimes. Y'all don't know when to stop. It's like, come on, you can't think about it like that. But y'all
You
be,
be like, get it together.
yeah, like, why you so hard on yourself? Nah, come on. I don't see none of that. What you talking about? I don't see it. You see it? That's your mind playing tricks on you.
That listen, and then that leads me to there's a book called Choose Joy, Relieve Burnout, Focus on Your Happiness, and Infuse More Joy into Your Everyday Life. And
Mm,
then the last one I'll mention, but I'll post a picture of all of them. It's called It's Not Always Right to Be Right and Other Hard Won Leadership Lessons. So
mm.
I got a lot of really good books, and I went to the bookstore with the intention of getting books that I knew would help me on my current career path and help me to the next level that I want to be at, which is like kind of like a manager of a group of people. So I want to know
Yeah.
how to be a good leader and how to be receptive and all, I want to
I,
prepare myself just in case the opportunity should present itself.
and there's something in the energy in your energy atmosphere that's pushing you that way. So it's pretty sure there's something coming down the pike that's getting you prepared for that. So that you're getting prepared for. So that's it sounds like some very very interesting books. It's funny you
I'm
say
very
that
excited to
like
read them.
today like every now and then on Facebook I'll post a post from Debbie Brown. Um,
Mhm.
she's like a spiritual type. You know, I don't really know her official title, but she posts some nice stuff to help people with
Mhm.
their inner flow or whatever. So I started listening to her podcast this morning. This one's called Dropping Gems. I guess it was when she first started because I listened to the first episode, and she had her guest was a guy by the name of Humble Lukinga. I hope I ain't butchering that man's name. Humble
Humble
Lukanga.
Lukanga. Lukanga.
And he is a like a financial advisor for her and like some big name athletes, I think in the NFL, maybe a couple NBA guys. But man, this dude he is pretty amazing at the work his life path up to this point. Like he's from Uganda and his dad at one
Mm.
point was a high ranking official in that country until the power shifted or changed hands. And when the power changed
Mhm.
hands, I think it went into the hands of a dictator, Idi Amin, if I'm not mistaken. That's what he said.
Oof.
And after that, they basically lost. He lost a lot of family members after that change of
Mm.
power took place. He ended up getting some asylum, political asylum to the U.S. or whatever. He ended up coming here and he went to school, worked his way up. Now he's a financial advisor. I mean, and some of the things that he's doing with uh, with people and helping them build financial security for generations and their families. Just listening to him and his
Mhm.
mindset, his whole thing is about servitude. He wants to serve people. He wants to serve and all of his clients seem to love him. And I just got a kick out of some of the things that he was saying today about how we don't necessarily take advantage of everything that is at our fingertips nowadays. Like I think we've kind of touched on it on this episode. Like there is so much information at our fingertips. And one of his points was that if you got something on your mind, something that you want to do, that you feel passionate about, that you want to do, and you're not doing it, it's because you don't want to do it at this point in the world. Like you can research just about anything and find out information about it.
Anything.
And it's just um, upon you to make the decision to just do it. And then they also talked
Like
about how
Nike.
but they also talked about, and it kind of intrigued me, how, you know, we want the end product, but we don't want to put in the work. And
Mm,
that seems like it's so evident today. It's like everybody want to be, you know, the top dog. They want to have so many followers. They want to get so many
mhm,
likes, so many views, whatever. And but they don't want to put in the work. It's just like they want that instant
mm-mm,
gratification. And it's like, let's just say you get it, you're not going to be prepared to keep it because you ain't put in the work to get to where you need to get it. So it's
mhm.
just you talking about some of those books, and like we said, it's probably preparing you for something that's coming down, you know, coming in your near future. I hope, pray that I'm sure you will utilize them, read them, take notes, read them
Oh,
again,
I'm
take more
already
notes. You probably
I'm
already
already
finished two
deep
of them.
into I'm already halfway through one of them.
But yeah, if y'all get a chance, if people listening get a chance, check out Debbie Brown's podcast, man. She's pretty awesome. Just
That's
a
dope. What's the name of the podcast called? Dropping Gems?
dropping gems. That was the early
Got
title. I
you.
think it goes by a different title now. That was dropping gems was one of was an early title that she had for it. I think it's different now, but I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of dropping gems, who do you have on today? What are you wearing today? I see
Oh
you got
man,
a Scully on, like
yeah.
it's 30
I mean,
degrees outside. I'm a clown you because we I ain't gonna clown you, but it's 76 degrees outside, Daddy.
hey,
The
it's
hell you got
it's
this hat on for?
it's hotter than 76 degrees where I'm at, but ask me, do it look like I give a fuck? Do it look like I give a damn? Because I don't.
Well,
I
it could always be
told
cold
y'all.
in your apartment too. You got a bald head, you get cold.
Nah,
Oh,
man,
we can accept it.
it ain't even got nothing to do with being cold. I told y'all
You
last week I had
representing.
a very special company that I was going to shout out this week. As you can see, I got the Scully on, EMRH. I got the shirt on. This company is from my people,
Oh, Miss Eva May,
Eva May
recovering home
Recovery Hope,
from up there, from
from
up
up
there
there in the windy, in the Chi-Town area. So
with the
shout out to
Cuzzo.
Laquan Kuye, my cousin, for hooking me up with the gear. Uh, I got a little information about the company. EMRH, the Eva May Recovery Hope Incorporated. What they do, they are an outpatient addiction treatment provider. They treat all forms of addiction uh, through therapeutic sessions and medication. This company came about because their father was inspired by their mother after she passed away in 2013. Rest in peace to cousin Eva. Their father Michael got inspired to begin a company to honor her, and she had such a giving spirit. He wanted to create a recovery center that would treat the patients like she was treating them.
Mhm,
She was just a caring, loving, giving person, and
mhm,
that's how they run the company. You know, they treat the patients with the respect and dignity that human beings deserve, but they don't always receive as addicts by society. You know, society
mm,
has a tendency to look down on people when they're addicted to something, but they make it a
mhm.
point to treat people with the dignity and respect that they deserve because they are humans. And they do a
Yes,
great
they are.
job. Like, it's a family owned and operated facility. They got, actually, they family owns and operate. They got several facilities throughout the Chicago area, and they're forever expanding. My cousin Nee, Shay, and Quan, and their dad Michael, they basically run the show. They run the company, and they do a great job. They have a website. If you have anybody in the Chicago area, they may be in need of their services. They might be going through some family stuff, need some therapy, some medication to help with some kind of addiction. Look them up. The website is Eva May, EVMAERECOVRY, hope.com. Eva May Recovery, hope.com. Check them out. Shout out to the Cuzzos. I appreciate the gear I'm representing today. I'm representing every chance I get. I love what y'all doing. Y'all keep it up. And I'm gonna keep doing this as long as I keep getting shirts and hats and whatnot. I'm shouting out other
Okay.
companies. We need to get some of your people on board.
I was just thinking I need to hit my people up so I could get them and send me some stuff. I have quite the people
I'm sure
followers
you
and
got
stuff.
a vast array of friends and
Yeah, about
friends
12
of
people just came.
friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Hella people just came to mind. I'm like, huh. Yeah, I got
Mm-hmm.
about 8 chefs. I should be like, send me
Mm-hmm.
some samples
Man,
so I can eat
what's
on the
Sly at?
podcast.
Where's Sly at? Sly got
Hey,
some
Sly I got
seasoning.
some of his products.
I know.
He got some French toast seasoning, some brown sugar rub seasoning. That tastes delicious on
Sly got
chicken,
some of everything.
popcorn, potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Sly. You know Sly. Sly gonna
It's
have
Sly.
what you need.
But yeah, that's
Shout
who I
out
got
to
today.
the families. Shout out to the family business, Eva May Recovery Hope Incorporated.
That's right.
I'll put the details in the show notes. I think that's what they call it. I should say the bio, but
Yeah,
that's
you
not
do
what this
that.
is. I shall. I shall do that. I feel like I have to use the bathroom, but I think I'm good.
We
I
ain't
think I'm
getting
good.
paid for no commercials yet, so you can't take no break.
Yeah, nah, I can't take no break. So I'ma just sit here with my legs crossed. Nah, if I gotta pee, if I had to, it's crazy. Cause look, if I had to really pee like that, they wouldn't even know. Cause I could have cut the whole silence. Look,
You
I could have
could
went to the bathroom right then. You wouldn't
right
even
there.
know. They wouldn't even
And
know. Look, right there. There you go again.
the
Dang,
magic,
she using the bathroom
the
like
magic,
crazy.
the magic of cinematography.
Yeah, I guess that's what you call it. Hey, to add on to my week, because you see, I look a little beautified today, right? You see, I look a
You
little.
got a glow to you now. You got a glow to you. I must say, look like you might have visited hair and makeup before you came on the show.
I visited something, all right, but
Mm.
I was a model today at work.
Wait a minute, a model. You
Yes,
just keep
I
you
was
just keep adding shit to your
modeling.
resume, don't you?
I was modeling for one of our accessories, some whitening strips.
Uh-huh.
And so I was the model for the tutorial video and for the marketing material. So my face might be in some instructions and how-tos when it launches.
Really?
Yeah, pretty cool
That's pretty
stuff.
amazing. Now, is that part of
We had fun.
is that going is that going to obtain some extra pay when they
License
put you in these publications?
absolutely not.
Mm.
I do it. I still work for the man, Dad.
You still work
That
for the
ain't.
man?
I still work for the man. They
I know
ain't doing
that
none of
feeling.
that.
I still do too. We need to do something about that. We got to talk after the
Yeah,
recording. I got a plan.
yeah. We need to pull a Franklin Saint or something minus the downfall.
No, I ain't pulling no Franklin Saint. Not even at his highest, no ma'am, because I
We
want to
need
be
to
able to
pull to
sleep at
set
night.
it off. What is the procedure?
I'm not. You want to do bad stuff. You want to be a gangster, huh? You
Yeah.
want to do some
Pew
illegal
pew
stuff.
pew pew
Your ass will
pew
be in the
pew.
damn jailhouse telling on yourself.
I'm snitching on everybody. Head sit. I know they full name. I can tell you social
Their government
security number,
name.
who they voted for. I know their mama name and their grandma name.
I know where they
Um,
work and everything.
I know where they sleep.
You ain't right. I ain't doing no
Uh,
crimes with you.
Let me see. Let me see. Anyways, where was we at? Because I lost my
I
spot.
don't know where you was at. You've been talking about, um,
Oh, I was talking about modeling and stuff at work.
yeah,
Um,
modeling.
but yeah, but I was gonna go back to my weekend. It was just a really good time when I went to Charlotte. Like me and Brittany, like we've been having conversations at work. Of course, we work on projects together and stuff, and we text, like friends and stuff. But it was really cool to just be in a car with somebody and just talk the whole time like a
Mhm.
friend. It's like you're just catching up. But it's like a really intimate, like it was like a weird, like vulnerability. It was really cool. I just hadn't felt that in a hot minute. That was
It was
different.
it was a no judgment zone. Probably was
Yeah, it
talking
was a
about any and
safe
everything, a safe
Yeah, was
space to
getting to
just
know
talk.
about each other's families and each other's,
Mhm.
like quirks and stuff we enjoy doing and stuff we regret doing. Like it was just I'm reading this book right now also called The Seven Husbands of Ev- Evelyn Hugo. Gosh, that's a hard name to say. But she talks about well, first she was talking about like a sex scene, but then she started talking about being intimate with her friend, and she was like, people think intimacy means sex, but really
Right.
intimacy is that vulnerability piece and being able to know that
Be open.
you're safe in the presence of the person that you're being quote unquote intimate with. And I was like, that's a really it's funny I'm reading that right now because that was what I was trying to put on what I was trying to describe that trip as. Like, it was like my Arizona trip too. I don't know
Mhm.
if you remember how happy I was when I came back from Arizona. Like, it's just something about being in close spaces with people who you know that they got your best interest at heart.
Like-minded
Like, that's
people.
really cool.
I
Yeah.
I think
And
we
it don't be
it's not forced. Like I think we underestimate what that means to surround yourself with like-minded people. Because what it
mm-hmm.
does, it provides and it builds a safe space for you. It does the same thing for them. And it actually allows you to flourish, to be your best when you are in that type of situation. Like, you
'Cause you're
know,
not hiding any part of yourself. It's like you
mm,
like naked, like
yeah,
to frame it that way. It's like you seeing all parts of me, can't hide nothing, and they like cool. Like that's
that's
dope.
that's one of those things that got humbled was speaking about on that podcast with David Brown is like, and that's how he likes to be with his clients. Like, he's an open book, and he wants to provide that same environment for them because at the end of he's handling their money. Like, he knows
Mhm.
all their intimate, even when they try to hide something from him, he can, he has a way of figuring it out. And he wants the type of relationship with those people that they don't have to hide anything from. And that's kind of how it is, like, when you have a good therapist too, like having that safe space
Mm.
to talk. But a therapist is a little bit different than having, like you said, somebody close to you, maybe a coworker or a good friend that you can get some, let's just call it quiet time with. But it ain't really quiet
Mhm.
because y'all talking about everything. And the thing about it is that there's a trust that's built up there that allows you to release with that person because you know that whatever is said there is probably going to stay there, even if
Mhm.
it's something that is quote unquote taboo to everybody else. You ain't got to worry about that person, bringing it up
Mm-mm.
at one of your low states, throwing it back up in your face in a
Yeah,
negative
nah.
way. So
That's
it
grimy.
it's a very healthy relationship to have with somebody. An intimate relationship is a very healthy relationship to have with somebody.
It is, and it felt so good just because one, like I talk about it often on here, it's hard making friends as a grown up, like as a newer adult.
Mhm.
So like when you finally start to feel like, oh, like this is what friendship feel like right now. Like this is what friendship feel like. Oh my god, that's a great feeling to experience, especially when you can actually feel that it's like real and not like, oh, I'm just forcing this because we work together, or I'm just
Right.
forcing this because we see each other a lot. Like, no, I really vibe. Like, I really, I really enjoy being around you. That's cool. So yeah, I just wanted to add that.
Well, anything in life that's forced is it's not going to be as it's not healthy if it's forced. You know,
Mm-mm.
that's it. Kind of puts me in the mind of my relationship with Gator Jones and Rodney. Like we are like
Get a
best
Jones.
friends, brothers. We call each other brothers or dog. Like it's
Y'all
dog.
BFFs. Y'all BFFs.
If
Best friends
that's
for
what you
life.
want to call it, we are not going to say
BFF.
we're BFFs. No, but
I'm gonna get y'all T-shirts that say
you know who said the
BFFs.
same thing? Mari said the same thing. She's like, we got to get y'all some T-shirts that say the Three Amigos or something because y'all just. She's like, this is so cute. Like y'all been friends
Yeah,
forever.
no, listen, because you don't see men being friends, like happily speaking about their friends in a healthy way. Like, it's either like, yo, that's my dog, no homo, like, or they try and deny that they actually like their friend. Like, it ain't even like that, bro. It's like,
No,
it's okay that
I
you like your friend. That's what you're supposed to do. So it's just a refreshing feeling. I love Black Boy Joy and
I
it's
love my
healthy
dogs.
black male friendship. Oh,
They're my
where's
dogs. Like
wait the crowd is so happy to hear that. Oh my god, you lucky I ain't got no sound for it. I was
that's
gonna
all
play.
right. I
Oh,
so like no man, like for real. I think, and this goes back to therapy helped me just express some things about people I care about. Like I got two. I feel like I got two sets of brothers. Like I got my blood brothers, Uncle Bob, Uncle Dave, Uncle Robert Earl, and I'm gonna throw Skip in there too, because I mean Skip has been he's my nephew, but he's like a little brother to me. And he calls me with stuff, so I get to feel like a big brother when he calls me. Sometimes I get to give
oh,
him
you get to
advice and
feel like a
whatnot.
big brother.
Yeah,
Man, this what
so
I would do.
so and then I get advice from him too. So it's not like it's a one-way street because Skip been through some things and he can give you some insight on some stuff. But I love the relationship I have. Like, I mean, I've talked about Uncle Bob here frequently about him getting on my nerves sometimes. And he does. But at the end of the day, that's my dog. Like I know if I need him, he gonna be there for me, and vice versa. Uncle Dave the same way. Him living down in Mississippi, I don't get to see him as much, but when I do, it's all love. Uncle Robert Earl, he be in his own world sometimes, just like everybody else, but I still
All I
got a
hear,
certain
Susan
amount of love for
Law,
him. Yeah.
Susan Law.
And then, like I say, Skip, and but then I got Rodney and Pud. Like we sit and we talk. We have intimate conversations. We have, each one of us, we got our own families. We got stuff that we going through and we talk about everything. And we know that there's nothing is forced there. It's like, and every time that we're apart, when we get them back together, it's like we was just together yesterday, and that's what I
Hmm.
love about it. Like there's like no time ever passes by, even though we might not see each other for weeks on end. And it's even more dope now because, or doper now because, with Rodney's mom passing away, he's moving back to the area, so he's gonna be closer. So here pretty soon. So the time in between our laying eyes on one another won't be so far. So it's
Oh,
I'm
the
looking
brothers
forward.
are
I'm looking
they're
forward to
moving
that.
back together. The
Yeah,
gang's moving back together.
but yeah. Those are two sets of my healthy relationships right there, especially from other males.
That's that's really healthy. I don't think you understand how healthy that is. But that's really healthy. That's what I love to see. Like CJ, he be talking like that with his like line brothers and the people he close to. I just love hearing him about to get off the phone and he say, "Love you too, bro." Like that just
Yeah,
I be waiting, and if he don't say it, I'm looking at him like, "What you didn't say? You can't say you love your bro. Like, tell him you love him. Life is too short." And I just love seeing men get along. I don't know, something about a black man having a healthy relationship with other black men who aren't problematic in certain ways. You know, I love it.
It's
Uh,
powerful stuff. Powerful, powerful stuff.
Absolutely. Ugh.
What else you got on your plate? What's your Carolina Hurricanes? What they got going on?
Not shit. They at home,
They ain't at home
and
yet.
yes. Oh well, might as
They
well be. Damn it.
they're getting ready to join. So the weird thing about what's going on in these sports, these playoffs in hockey and basketball, is the broom action. So at the time of this
They sweeping
recording,
like Annie, and it's a hard knock life. They sweeping. It ain't even fun to watch. Like you should have saw me last night. I was pissed. I was
why was you pissed last night?
pissed
Because LeBron got swept?
because I watched the Lakers lose, and then I checked in on the Kane score. They lost 0-1. I said,
Yeah.
"This is ridiculous."
And they're down 3-0.
Aho need to get his ass and pu- pull it together. We got a Stanley Cup to win. I told CJ it was because I ain't wear my jersey.
Probably,
I'm, I was
probably.
I was too tired to wear my jersey. No, and then our neighbors they hosted a hockey watch party. I didn't go because I was nervous, but
Yeah,
they
it's
seemed to
all
have
your
had a
fault.
good time.
It's all
It
your fault.
is.
You didn't wear the jersey and you didn't go to the party. That you're not
I
very supportive
know.
of the
They look like they
Canes.
had good snacks too.
I bet they
I was
did have
I
good
was
snacks.
I was tired. But yeah, they getting swept. And I just really wanted them to pull at least I just wanted them to make it to the finals. Like I just wanted them to compete for the Stanley Cup. And I mean, it's still a possibility, but statistically, like
Statistically
it's not
speaking,
looking
it's
good.
over, but you can't the fat lady may not
It
be
ain't over to the
singing.
fat lady sing.
Yeah, she ain't
It ain't
singing
over.
yet.
I thought
She
I
might
thought
be
we was
warming
gonna have
up, but she ain't singing.
she is doing her
What the do
she
re
gonna
mi?
come out. Do re mi fa sol la ti do.
Yeah, that what
Come
you
on
said.
now, don't forget the
What you
song.
said.
Don't forget the song. But yeah, and I thought LeBron. I thought they. I just first of all, that game ended so poorly for me. Did you see it?
I didn't see it, man. Like I ain't. So
I know you
here's
said you don't stay up to watch, but it was just like it the point deficit at the end. They could have had like a nice play and done something, but it was just like LeBron. They just he got caught up, and then the clock went out, and I'm like, wait, that's it. Wait,
it was
that he.
anti-dramatic, huh?
Yeah, no,
No.
yeah. Well, it was dramatic still, but it was anticlimactic for one. I'm like, damn, it's over like that.
So yeah, when that series started, I I thought
You
Anthony
ain't have a good
Davis
feeling.
was going to be the
Let
key
me.
for the Lakers'
Mm.
success,
He
but
would have been had he. That man scored what, like 6 points last night. The white boy was doing better than him.
what, what you got? Who Joker?
Eminem, nah, Andrew
Oh,
Reeves. That boy, he was playing
oh,
his heart out. I told CJ, I said, "Hey, he probably tell LeBron, yeah, like we're the real Splash Bros. Like we're carrying this." See, like he was just so hyped to make every time he just like he said, "Fuck yeah!" Like he just
I've read a couple of things, saw a couple of things about it. Now, a lot of people feel like they should have ran a play for him, for Reeves at the end of the game instead of uh, letting LeBron try to do some bully ball, from what I understand, and it didn't work out very well.
I mean, he was making him shots last night, and then LeBron, he was in his feelings. He's ready to fight. I was like, "Oh, come on, LeBron, don't go
At
out
the
like that."
Hey, at the end of the day, the Lakers didn't have nothing to offset what Joker bringing to the table for Denver. Like that
Yeah,
dude is like a center point guard. Like he does just about everything, and his game is like for the average American player, his game is so unorthodox because he's big, he's slow, he can't
Yeah,
jump,
you expect him to be lanky and
and
like inflatable,
he be
like
wearing. I've been looking at some of his stats, man. I think one game the boy had like 53 points, 20 and some assists, 17 rebounds. Like who does that in today's
he
day and
broke a
age?
record. He broke uh Kareem's record, didn't he?
I have no idea. I don't know.
It's they said he broke like the most like triple doubles in a
In the playoff
post
series,
play. Yeah, something like that.
might have
I remember
been
seeing it
Wilt
because I was like,
Chamberlain. I don't know
damn,
about Kareem.
already?
I don't think Kareem had no triple
I might
double
have been
record.
Will
Might
Chamberlain.
have been Wilt because Wilt was
It was
putting
probably
up
Will
points,
Chamberlain. I
getting
get them.
rebounds and blocks. And
Yeah, I get
but
them
yeah,
mixed up
man,
sometimes.
that's like in the even in the Eastern Conference. If Boston don't show up tonight, the Miami Heat gonna be pulling that broom out for their asses. That's gonna be a big that has been a disappointment for me because I
It
like
hasn't
that
been much
Boston
of a
team,
disappointment.
but it
I
just
I I
seems
like the Lakers. I mean the Heat more than I don't know. Like I like watching Jason Tatum play, but
the
I
thing
would
the
rather
thing
see
about
Jimmy Butler
Miami.
play.
The thing about Miami is they never give up. They never stop playing. Because in the couple games that I
Mhm.
have watched, the Celtics have had either a double digit lead or close to a double digit lead going into the fourth quarter. And Miami just it's like in the fourth quarter they just turn it up a notch as a team.
Mhm.
Like and they play team defense and they
Yeah, they
just
play great as a team.
collectively they just do not stop. They do not stop. And I was having a discussion with Jamel today about possible finals matchup about with Denver and Miami. And on the surface, Miami doesn't have a they don't have an answer for Joker, which nobody in the league has an answer for Joker. Nothing to offset what he's going to bring to the table, except that they just don't stop. Like they do not stop.
Yeah,
Every
like
any given night for Miami, it could be one or two different guys, giving you an effective performance that puts them over the top. But it's
mhm.
going to be hard to beat Denver with Joker, and then you got Jamal Murray. Seems like he has overcome his injury that he had a couple years ago. Because I think the other night he had like 37. Like he was in rare form when he got hurt and it seems like he's
Mhm.
getting back to that point in his career. So it's gonna be tough. And then they got a couple shooters, Caldwell Pope. They got some guys on there that can fill it up from the outside. So it's gonna be very interesting going forward.
Is Tristan Thompson, he played for the Nuggets too?
I don't ask me. Didn't he date a Kardashian or something?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
the one.
that's all he known for. I don't know.
Nah,
I
he
think
played
he
for the
used to
Lakers.
play.
I He
Yeah,
played for the Lakers.
he was on the bench for the
Well,
Lakers only
he was, but
because
he played pretty good last night.
did he play?
Yeah, that's why that's why I brought him up. Yeah, because he played. I mean, the Lakers upset me because they had a really nice lead, and then I like went outside and came back in, and it was like they hadn't scored no more.
Mm,
But
that's probably why.
Denver had.
He
I was like,
probably
what the hell?
he probably only on the roster because his baby mama uh, friends and high places in
Hey,
the
don't you
LA
get us
area.
blackball bottom Kardashians now
Out.
and Caucasoids. It's Kim, Courtney,
Hey,
Kalula.
I
If
don't
you
give a
hearing this, no,
damn.
you
Hey,
didn't.
every one of them touch a man, the man go crazy. Look what they did to Bruce Jenner. The man was an Olympic champion. He done got hooked up with that woman and decided
Hey, no,
he wanted to do
no,
do something different with his life.
no.
Look what they
He
did.
wanted to run people over. Yep, that's
Look
exactly
look what they
that's what he
did.
missed.
Look what they did
But
to Tristan Thompson. Look
now
what they did to
Caitlyn,
Lamar Odom. Look what they did to Kanye. Is you
they did
cannot
that to themselves.
look.
You can't you
It,
if you looking
I
at
can.
the same results and say I want to go mess with that.
I
You something
can.
wrong with you.
I can.
Mm-mm.
Hollywood will do it to you.
I
That's why
I give you that.
Martin Lawrence told y'all Him and Dave Chappelle both. They told y'all them people that's a different world out there. That's a different world out there.
It's a different
Not that kind of
world
different world. It's a
from
different
where
world
you
out there.
come from.
Who is that? Professor Oglesby, Cat Williams say.
Professor Owen Cavalier said, Professor Oglesby?
Professor Oglesby. Not Professor
No,
Oglesby. Yeah,
not Professor Oglesby.
you better knock on the door before you open the door at a party out there. Miss
That
Brown said
sounds.
something.
I'm literally the book. The book I'm reading right now is that was recently a scene, but it was a woman and her husband. Lord have mercy.
But you, hey,
Uh,
seriously though, you
what?
don't think it's something to that? Like, I know, I don't know.
Oh, we can have a whole episode about conspiracies because I got some, but I don't want to talk to people's heads off today. But yeah, it's
That's what
absolutely
we here for. What
something
you
there.
talking about?
Well, we are almost an hour in, and I got about 3 hours worth of conspiracy theories on me. So
Hmm.
I'm not ready to talk about because I got to
That
come
could be
correct.
that could
So
be a
I got
topic
a whole.
of our
I
next
could put
episode.
together a PowerPoint. Oh yeah, because
Conspiracy.
we could talk about that one thing we've been needing to talk about. Because I
Oh,
got
we gonna talk
conspiracy.
about
I
that.
got.
I got yeah. I got some gems for that topic.
Unpopular opinion. I actually love that topic. Like I love what the possibilities are with that. I'm actually not afraid of it.
All the possibilities are endless. It's just that
It's the users who are
if it
gonna turn
falls
it
into
into.
not necessarily the users, but the programmers of it,
Yeah, that too.
that's the
And if
scary
you don't know what
part.
we're talking about, we ain't talking about artificial intelligence, but we not going to talk about that right now.
We talking about Allen
Cause
Iverson.
I thought we was gonna talk about Carmelo Anthony.
We talking about Allen Iverson. You just said artificial
Look,
intelligence. Yeah.
I'm like, wait, look, I'm like, what happened to Allen Iverson? What AI do
No,
again,
I
bruh?
saw
Come
I
on
saw a
now.
meme. I saw a meme on one of them social media platforms, and it had some stuff
It
about
was like the only AI I know is Allen Iverson.
no, but then it had some stuff, and it said it had a picture of AI, and it said, "Why is he doing this to us?" I'm like, yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be an interesting topic for next episode
We're gonna
or
call
the
it the
one
Allen
after that.
Iverson episode.
I'm gonna wear my
We're just gonna
AI
call it Allen Iverson.
to talk about AI.
But no, but yeah, and Carmelo to speak about sports. You see, he's
I,
announced
s-
his
I
retirement.
saw he officially retired from the NBA. Shout out to Melo, man. I think Melo didn't. I don't think he got the accolade, the credit he deserved as a hooper.
See,
Like he wasn't much of a defensive player, but Melo, he could get you a bucket, man. He could get you a bucket.
wasn't he one of the ninth all time scorers in the NBA?
I mean, his that's his position. He's ninth on the all-time scoring list.
That's pretty dope. I mean, that seems recognition enough.
Or he's
You
very
mean like he
accomplished.
never got his flowers? Well, he's still
Individual
here. We can
that
give him his flowers.
individual stats as far as scoring. Like I don't think he won very many playoff series. That may be why he
Oh,
didn't. Like he came out of high school. I think he might have won a. Don't quote me on the high school because I think he went to
I can
Oak Hill
verify your
Academy.
source.
But I know he helped his freshman year at Syracuse. They won the national championship. So he came in, you know, balling, and
Uh huh.
he pretty much lived up to the hype. He was in that class. I think he was in the class with LeBron and um,
The Yeah, they was all. Where did I see him talk before? I think on a podcast, maybe. I think on Knuckleheads. But yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed watching him, like and everything he do. I like his name too, Carmelo Anthony.
remember
It just sound like his mama named him that because she knew he was gonna be a star. Asa
remember
used to love him.
I was gonna say, remember they Skip them had the dog named Carmelo, that pit bull.
The dog was named Carmelo, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I just remember Asa used to love Carmelo Anthony. I don't know why, but I just remember that. I
So
remember
yeah,
thinking he used to look stinky.
they had Carmelo, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James was all in the same
They
draft
was on the
class.
Olympics,
Yeah,
And
they was
wasn't
on
it didn't they
the
go to the
redeem team.
that was what I saw. Yeah, that was I saw them talking on Netflix, and Carmelo was talking about how, Kobe was, also.
But yeah, they
Oh,
had
sorry.
that was a hell of a draft class right there. It was probably one of the best draft classes in NBA history as far as what the class went on to do in the
Mhm.
NBA. So yeah, shout out to Melo. LeBron's the last one standing. What do you think? You think he gonna retire, or you think he gonna stay around till Bronny
He's
gets
staying around till Bronny. Now he might pull a Carmelo and just hang out
just hang out at the end of
on
the
the
bench?
bench.
I doubt it.
Yeah, and just stand there with clothes on at least till Bronny get there. But I doubt it too, because LeBron ain't finna just stand by. But yeah, I think he. Speaking of bathrooms, last night during the game, LeBron left like right before either halftime or like the third quarter, right before it was over, and it's like something happened with our TV. CJ thought I had skipped, and because
Mhm.
he was like, wait, why LeBron go to the locker room? Like, did he get ejected or something? He was like, rewind. And LeBron had just took off like maybe 10 seconds before the clock went on. I was like, I think he probably had to pee. And CJ started cracking up. I said, you laughing, but I mean, I'm serious. What if he really had these bathroom? And I mean, it ain't finna do him no good to stay here for another 10 seconds. He might as well get a head start.
I don't know. You obsessed with urination this episode for some unknown reason.
I'm not obsessed. It's we all do it.
I know.
Speaking, okay, okay, being obsessed with it. Did I tell you Turbo has a diaper?
No, you did not tell me my granddog has a
Turbo,
diaper.
come here.
Why does my granddog have a diaper? Because you
Because
ain't got him
I
potty trained.
called. No, because hold on, come here, buddy. Because I caught him peeing on my massage chair.
Oh
Show
no.
him your diaper. Say it's called a belly pad. So he got
Turds.
three of them, three
Turds.
manly colors, and he don't pee in them because he can't. Pee. And look, I ain't tell you that. I told mommy she about fell out. So he got the pee pad on or whatever.
He's
Me and
shame.
CJ
Look
we had
at
went
him.
to no, he not. He's sleepy. Me and CJ went to Culver's and we was gonna let Turbo come with us. So I opened the door and I'm like, come on, Tyrus, we're going to Culver's. He got the belly pad on. Turbo runs out. You know, he wanna pee. So
Hmm.
he CJ was like, wait, no, don't let him out. Turbo runs out, he lift his leg up. Ain't nothing coming out because it's all going in that pee pad. I said, oh. He's peeing on himself. He gonna get a UTI. So we took it off. Then we went to Culver's and he had ice cream. He did right.
I don't know what to say about that. Y'all down there
He
mistreating my
said, "Ain't no
granddog.
shame in my belly pad. Ain't no shame in it." He like it.
Mm,
He
I
be excited.
guess.
He know when it's time to go OUT that he first got to make a pit stop
Look at him.
and get it removed.
He does not look happy by wearing no damn doggy diaper.
He's sleepy.
That's what
I
you
bet
say.
he would probably look at him
Look at
yawning. Like he worked hard today or something. That
right.
don't make no sense. Y'all, if y'all want to see Turbo, you can watch us on YouTube. If you're not watching, if you listening, you can see Turbo cute face. It's Mr. Turbo Man. But yeah, that's what else you got for me? You got anything else for me? You got any reviews for me today?
So
I heard
yeah,
you had some in-person reviews.
last week I told you about a young man I met at the watering hole who
Mm-hmm.
started watching the show and then or listening to the show. And then what was it, last Thursday? I was talking to our project manager had came in from Utah and he spent last week with us and we went out after work one night and he was me and him was just having a nice little conversation. And I told him we was me and you was doing this podcast. He's like, what's it called, man? I love listening to podcasts. I'm like, I gave him the information, took him to YouTube, subscribed, all that good stuff. He said, man, I'm when I on my way home, I'm gonna listen to some episodes. And so Friday when he was on the plane, he texted me. He's like, "Hey BJ, just finished this week's podcast episode on Apple Podcasts. Good stuff. I really enjoy listening to you guys. Awesome conversations and great humor. 3D gained a new listener this week. Tried to leave a review, but not sure if
Oh,
it's saved and is visible. Looking forward to the next episode. Shout out to Peyton Brennan.
oh,
Shout
shout
out
out
Peyton.
Peyton.
Peyton's cool. Peyton is cool. Peyton is
Oh,
cool people. He good people, man. Like he's a good dude. That's one thing I enjoy about this job. I'm working with this company right here, High Country Line Construction. It's
oh,
a
they get
company
spaghetti.
full of good people. Like there's some good people at this place, and I really enjoy working
What
with them.
We'll have to talk about good companies because CJ, I ate lunch with Siege today. Because he had like welcomed an intern, so he was at like his actual job, like office,
Hmm.
which is near my job. So we ended up eating lunch together, and I went to see his job site, and it's like you could tell that they really put their thought in about how to make their employees happy. And like you could I got a little emotional walking in there because I was seeing CJ just talk passionately about like, yeah, this is a lead silver building and something about electricity and good, I don't know, but
Right.
he'd be happy to talk about it and I'd be happy to see him be happy. And so it was just really cool to see like, yeah, you could tell this company care about their people.
I
And
mean,
you
and
could
that's how
tell it's
this
good
company.
people that work there too.
That's how this company is, High Country. Like I've worked for several contractors out here building power lines, and some of them they get to a point they get big, and you're just a number. They don't really give a shit about you. I mean,
Mhm.
they want you to come to work and do the work for them. This company right here, uh, it's a family atmosphere. Like it, it's just a good environment, a healthy environment to work in. The general
Mhm.
foreman, starting with Grant. Grant's an awesome guy, and then down to the foreman. I talk about Jamel. I work with Jamel every day. We got a couple other guys out here that are just top notch people, and it's just a joy to be around good people. It makes your day go by. You put your life
Yes.
basically out here building this stuff, playing not playing, but working with this electricity is basically,
I know what you mean.
I think I've said it on here before. You basically trusting other people with your lives, and you want to have a good
Mhm.
relationship with people that when you work, you working like that. It's that serious of a job. You don't want to be out here with somebody that you can't trust. And I can say
Mhm.
without a doubt that
Yeah.
the place that we work, there's a good group of guys here. Even up to the people in the court in the office out in Utah. When I did that interview for that safety job, all the guys were everybody was just good people. They seemed to be good people, and it seemed like it just flows downhill from the top. So, and that's a good thing. So
When when the top is doing right, the bottom will feel it. I feel like
that's
that's
right.
some old quote or something. But yeah, shout out Peyton.
Peyton Brenning.
Shout out Peyton for the review. Uh, and it would be cool if that Apple Podcast review go through. I would like to see that on my podcast feed. But yeah, so we got two comments talking to us on the YouTube. You know, we
All
got
right,
we got the Dear John, got Uncle John.
Uncle JB.
Shout out Shout out my fan for whipping the cream. I think I'm the only one responding from YouTube. But anyway, you guys always make me laugh. Thanks for the shouting out about my personality. I'm not cool. I was just born this way. LOL. I've taken I've taken into consideration and darn proud of it that I, along with my brothers, are great uncles 3 times over the
That's
uncle
right.
limit due to the increase of the Nelson population. Awesome. Again, keep making it do what you do. Love always, Uncle JB. So that, as always, warmed my heart.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
there we have. We have Empress Eve, who
Empress
reveals herself
Eve.
at the end. Another uplifting episode from D3. I love listening to y'all at work. It always puts a smile on my face. The love and energy that's exuded is what sets this podcast apart from all the others I listen to. Side note, both of y'all look a bit drowsy, but it was still a good show. Tanya B. I said, Tanya B, you are correct. We were both super tired because I fell asleep right after and I was editing.
I know I was tired after that episode.
Man, I was. I don't know if did we seem to record extra late or something, or maybe I was just extra tired that day. But
We
I had
recorded
fell
late.
asleep with the podcast playing,
We recorded late, and we recorded for like an hour and 40 minutes. It was like,
and we talked after.
yeah. So it was full day that
That
day.
was a full episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the sweet spot of the hour, like 15, hour 30. And I was gonna, I was gonna propose maybe we move the day of the episode that the episodes launch. Uh, Maybe to accommodate. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Um, we'll see.
Mm,
I thought it'd be my nice
you
discussion
always
point.
got something.
We can always go back to the drawing board and rediscuss strategy and execution. Because if this podcast we gonna do it, we gonna do it right.
You are the
Period.
executive director, and I am
I
just
am.
I'm just a handsome co-host.
You just here talking. And I'm very thankful that you are just here talking because I mean I could talk to myself all day. I had a podcast before this, but I like having a talking
Don't be
partner.
stealing my joy, man. Like,
It's
don't be
pretty
trying to
good.
steal my
No,
joy.
I just said I like having a talking partner.
Why you yelling though?
Cause you said I was stealing your joy. I was giving you your
I said don't
flowers.
be trying to
And you
steal my
just
joy. Talking
stepped
about,
on her.
you know
I
what
try
this
to give
is?
you joy.
Ain't very many things I look forward to every week. Cause I still gotta get up and go to work. Even though I like going to work sometimes.
Man, still gotta
I
go to work.
I still gotta go to
Hey,
work.
I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this work life stuff.
Hey,
We need to
look,
figure something out. I got about 1 year more left of working in me, so we gonna need to I'm calling a family meeting. CJ gonna be at the next one because we got some shit to talk about.
girl, you are a piece of work. You are something else.
Okay, so we have read those reviews,
Hmm.
and I don't think we have any more, but we would really appreciate it if y'all left us a review on Apple Podcasts, whatever platform you listen on. If there's a rating system, whatever maximum stars you can give us, go ahead and give us all them stars. And share the podcast with some folks. I can't remember where I interacted with somebody, but they said somebody had shared the podcast with them.
Hmm.
And that's what I like to hear.
Oh
I
yeah.
gotta find maybe it was on TikTok. But yeah, it's really cool. We appreciate it and we will read it on the podcast episode. So y'all can email us to daddardishes at gmail.com. I be checking that inbox. So hit us up.
Yep.
There you got
And
any parting words with the people
what
before
I just want to
we
give a shout out once again to Eva May Recovery Hope Incorporated. Shout out to the cousins, Nee, Quan, Shay, and cousin Mike. They, like I say, if anybody got any kind of family members or yourself that in the Chicago area that may be in need of some assistance in regards to any kind of addiction, hit them up. www.evamayrecoveryhope.com. Let me double check that. Yes.
and I will put
evamayrecoveryhope.com.
and I'll have that in the show notes. And I'll have all the other ones in the show notes too, because I have been slacking. But I got y'all. It's gonna be on all the other show notes too.
There you go.
But yeah, shout out to what would you call that segment? That's our chef's feature, our
Which
sous chef's feature, the
the
brands you featuring.
the shouting out the black businesses.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like that's a
Just
chef's feature. We can call it.
I
We'll come
mean,
up with something. We'll have
we'll
something
call it
cool.
chef's features. That sounds pretty good, but we'll
All
talk about
right.
it and make it official.
We'll make an executive decision off show.
There you
All
go.
right. Well, You know what just came out the oven?
Some fresh cookies.
Some fresh jokes. I got these
Maybe
jokes.
it's one big joke.
It is. All right. I had one for you. First of all, this isn't a joke. I had one for you that I found yesterday. But then when I told CJ the look he gave me, I was like, okay, that one needs some priming. But I'm coming with it at some point. But this one, dang, hot out the oven. Ooh, it's hot. I got arrested today for walking out of an art museum with a painting. I'm just so confused because earlier when I asked security if I could take a picture, they said yes.
You know what?
Don't take pictures out of museums, folks.
Don't take
You'll go to
pictures.
jail. We'll see y'all next week.
If y'all can't be good at it.